Yeah, I've been uh, I've been to a hotel today, and I met a very interesting man, and we chatted a little bit about investment opportunities, um, buying a new property on buy to let. And to be perfectly honest, I put my hands up. Every deal I ever cut and everything I achieved was more or less common sense and gut feeling and a lot of luck. Yes, I'll be very frank. I'm not overly educated, so I'm not educated at all actually. But I have something very powerful which very few people have, and this keeps me out of trouble. And this is something which you can't buy, you can't rent, you can't teach, you can't learn, you can study. This is something I have, which either you have it or you don't. It's not a shame if you don't have it. It's okay. I have, maybe you have, or most definitely you have plenty of qualities which I don't have, and very few of them which I can't learn if I put my hand around it. But what I've got and you don't have it, and you can't pay for it. You can't buy it either. So this is a very simple two words, common sense. Yes, that's what I've got a lot, and I know common sense is not common to everybody. In fact, it's very few people have it, and I've got a big portion. So I was born on the lucky star, Gemini, and the dragon. So the creme de la creme. Put it that way. But let's not go down that route. What I wanna say is that we talked, and this guy is around since the 80s in terms of uh, finances and giving people advice. And now the situation is 7.5%. So if you buy an investment property, you have to you have to cough up 7.5%. Now this is obviously a shed lots of money, because on a property of £375,000, it's roughly £2,000 which you have to pay back. Now these £2,000 you have to first make in rent, because otherwise you're gonna have to pay the interest yourself, which you don't have now. And that's just basically the £2,000. If you can rent it to a family, gives you £2,000, you're not making any win. You're not yell anything. You just pay your mortgage, and obviously interest only. So you're not going to be paying back any of the capital. So the property is never going to be yours. Of course, it will appreciate in value. But my whole point is here that why is this happening? 3 months ago, before Trust and his mate get on with their business, it was 3.5%, and a couple of years before it was 2.8%, or 1.8%, or whatever it was. Now it's 7.5. So what happens? What happens is very simple. A lot of people gonna be losing their homes and their businesses, for this matter. Now, houses is good for the rich. Yeah, it's fantastic for the rich, because the rich is gonna be buying up all these properties, and in a year's time or 2 years' time, when everything is nicely bought off, they're gonna take a 2 months fixed. So you're gonna have 7.5%. You pay for 2 years, 2 years fixed, and of course in 2 years' time, the market is back to normal. So 2.5%, 3.5%, which has been for the past 10 years. And then they bought all the houses. They bought all the houses from people who couldn't afford them up. And now, instead of the 7.5%, they pay only 2.5%. Now, if you pay 2.5% on 370,000, then and you rent a property for 2,000, then you'll still be making up to £600-700, maybe more. Now this is the perfect time for the rich to buy, because even the interest rates are high, and this is not ideal for the rich either, but this is just temporary. This is just a temporary scenario until everything is bought off, and thereafter the interest rates are dropped back to normal. The people who sold it can't buy, can't rebuy it because the money is gone. They had to pay the bank back and they blow it somewhere in the Bahamas or in Benidorm. It's my life. So therefore, this is now the time actually to buy if you have money. And finally, I understand, or I understood, put it that way, a couple of hours ago, why these recessions always coming. Why they're shoving in something like COVID, busted all the businesses. What's gonna happen? The rich people bought off all the businesses, which got busted. Now the economy will discover. They pretend it's gonna be discovered in mid 2023 or beginning 2024. Yeah, okay. You might have to pay for a couple of years very high interest, but after that, it comes back to normal. You've got those properties which rent out, and this is just the property business I'm talking about. The rest I don't even know. And again, this is not financial advice or anything, or this is not something magic I came up with. Oh wow, there's just a huge rat in there. Oh wow, that was a big rat. Just went on that trailer. Jeez, look at that. I don't know if you've seen it. So I'm out in the park to just let it to put everything through my head, and I thought that little knowledge and the little common sense and everything, I'll just share it with you guys for you to understand what the hell is going on. So those recessions has nothing to do really, nothing to do with bubbles bursting and the corona and all this. No, those things have been just introduced by the rich, for the rich, to cash in. Because if you can't pay a mortgage, what's going to happen? The bank is going to take your money, your house. The bank is resells this house for much cheaper, because the bank only cares about the money, to get the money back. You're not going to get anything, and the rich guy just buys it up, puts it on the market, rent it, and lives out of the rent of the house. So recession is over. The mortgage rates are dropping down, and the guy which bought 10 houses from disadvantaged people who had to sell them, and he's laughing. And now I'm in the situation that, yes, the 6.5 or 7% is terrible, and of course I don't really want to take advantage of people who lose their houses, but this is maybe the best time to buy, because property prices going down, a lot of people are dispossessed. Now it's absolutely tragic that someone ends up on the street or somewhere else, and I buy their house, but I don't put them on the street. The house comes on the market by an agent and I buy it up. I don't know what happened to this person. I don't know his story. And in this case, I don't want to say I don't care, but in a way I don't, because I don't know. And I'm not going to try researching and say, hey guy, I'm really sorry that you put all your life work into this house and I buy it up. No, from a business perspective of you, this is the right thing to do. Now, I'm not rich. I'm far away from rich. I'm very rich because I have 3 wonderful children. I'm somewhat healthy, so I'm the richest person in the world in this respect. But because money is just one thing, But it's nice to have some sort of income. Hence, the YouTube videos, hoping I get viral and can make some sufficient amount of money to invest into my children: football, swimming, ball dancing, karate, you name it, right? So, for my simple mind, and not really an educated finance guy or business guy, today, the first time in my life, it completely made sense why all those recessions every 10, every 15, every 20 years are coming, and all those pandemics and all those. There was the flu, right? Then there came the corona. Then after the monkeypox or whatever. There's always something which is obviously confusing the people, confusing the market, and off we go, right? A lot of people now end up on the street or have to move in with their parents or whatever. And then the buttholes, if I were to use this word, but because it's in a way to take advantage from someone else's loss. But then again, how can you take everybody's problem, the world's problem, on your shoulders? So at some point you need to stop caring and say, listen, okay, this is up for sale. I can't really bother why it was sold, why is the bank selling. I just have the money or I can finance it and I buy it. So going back to the title of this video, recession and pandemics are made for the rich. Now, I'm not saying they're made by the rich because I can't prove it. But whoever made them or whoever come up or whatever happens, because it's quite strange that something all of a sudden just turns up, you know. Which flu was it? The bird flu or whatever it was in the 1920s. So 1910s, the Spanish flu, it's just boom, just happened, boom, it just, you know. So it's quite weird, but I don't want to point fingers because I'm not qualified to say it was China or it was, I don't know who it was, but it was, and if it wasn't made, but it's very convenient that it happened. So maybe it wasn't even man-made, maybe just really it happened, but it was convenient that it happened, and all the recessions, all this BS, it's just perfect. The rich are rubbing their hands and said, great. You know, I can afford 7.5% because I only have to afford it for a couple of years. After that, everything is going to be back to normal. And yes, you live like God in Paris, right? So I don't know if this video of mine makes sense, but to me it does. And I think if you study this carefully, what I just said, it makes complete sense. It makes absolute complete sense. And now, since I understand that, I believe that maybe this time to, if I can use this word, take advantage from people who lost their, who have not even lost but have to give up their properties because the interest rates are so high that they cannot afford them anymore. So it's a dodgy world. I don't really like it, but at that stage I'd have to say, dog is for tuning my channel, like, share, comment, and of course, Arawa.